What's up, Notification Squad? It's Friday, the week is over, the weekend's here, and it's time as always for YouTuber news. Take it away, Benedict Townsend. I don't know why you said my name like that, it was kind of weird. Jake Paul and Erika have broken up, and KSI had a savage response. James Charles has responded to a conspiracy theory about his new makeup palette. There's a brand new official TanaCon documentary. It's 90 minutes long, and I watched all of it because I love you. Plus, we have the return, as always, of Daniel Howell Watch. All this plus a 1-hour tap dance solo on this week's edition of YouTuber News, the video news service from WeTheUnicorns.com, the only website that knows what STAN stands for. Super teens, always nice. Nice. Now they can't get mad at me, because I said they're nice. Perfect crime. Our first story, YouTubers Jake Paul and Erika have confirmed that they've broken up. Pour some out. Where's my ram's blood? Beloved YouTuber Jake Paul broke the news in a statement on Twitter in which he said he could barely hold it together, in which he called Erika a beautiful soul that changed his life, and in which he said, "I ask that you please respect our privacy." Don't worry about that, Jake. It's totally private. I won't mention it. These cameras aren't on, right? But things unfortunately got even more sad for Jake and Erika when Jake's nemesis, well, not actually Jake's nemesis, his brother Logan's nemesis, but it's all the same and who cares. His nemesis, KSI, replied to this statement with a message that I can't really repeat on air. KSI posted that meme picture of the guy straining and making the veins pop in his face. I'm not gonna do it. And he commented, "Logan trying not to Erika making fun of the fact that Jake and Logan have had strange relationship problems in the past, where it seemed like Logan had stolen Jake's ex-girlfriend from him. Just not exactly the most sensitive reply to someone's breakup news. But then the Pauls and the KSIs of this world have never exactly been the best of friends. Unlike the Pauls and me, who are of course best friends. And Jake, I'll see you next week at the sleepover. Don't forget to bring your DS so we can picto chat. The kids probably won't even know what picto chat is, will they? Oh God, I'm so old. I'm 45 years old. Our second story, James Charles has taken to Instagram to quash some rumors, some conspiracy theories in his words, about his new swatches. And when I say swatches, I mean makeup swatches, not the colourful watch brand. Who's writing this? This is really quite terrible stuff this week. We'll fire him. I don't care if he's my son. Get him out of here. Yes, this is a story that's really going to stretch my limited knowledge of makeup, but pure ignorance has never stopped me before. James has got a brand new makeup range with the company Morphe, and he did a video where he was showing little swatches of his makeup colours. As you can see, expert. And he was doing lines on his arm with the makeup, and it was looking very good, and also it was colours. But some fans thought he was using cuts to make it look like the colours were brighter than they are, because in makeup, it's good for the colours to be bright. Yes? No? Maybe. Let's find out. James then popped on his Instagram story and said, "Hey, there's a lot of people who thought I was doing double swatches. That's a crazy conspiracy, but it is true." Which was a strange detail, I thought. But he did it, he said, for a different reason than people thought he was doing it. He just did it because he wanted better swatches. And also he had to keep redoing his takes because he kept messing up his lines. I don't really know. But the point is, this conspiracy theory is total nonsense, but also, in his own words, completely true. Man, to be a 65-year-old man and reading stories like this, my grandkids are gonna laugh at me. I guess the real moral of this story is that it's barely news. Okay, on to the next story. Our third story, Michael Weiss, the CEO of the ill-fated TanaCon, has released an official documentary about the event that he claimed would clear everything up and show Tana was the real villain of the whole piece. Does it? Well, spoiler alert, no. The documentary is 90 minutes long. 90 minutes. Hour and a half. 1h30. And I watched all of it. I watched the whole thing. And I did that for you. And if that doesn't make me some kind of hero, it makes me some kind of sucker. Yes, if you want to watch 90 minutes of almost entirely unedited footage of people having business meetings, and who wouldn't, then this is the documentary for you. There's almost no footage of TanaCon itself, and there's almost no footage of the aftermath of TanaCon, you know, the bit we care about. There's a lot of footage of people sitting around going, "This is gonna be great. Let's get snacks, and have you booked the venue? That really is a venue." And I was there just, you know, a poor 15-year-old man watching it, pulling my hair out. But there were a few little spicy quotes that I managed to pull out of all the drudgery, and I'll read those to you right now. At one point, someone says, this could be a brand that lasts quite a while. Haha, as the kids say, lol. Lots of love. It looks like Tana doesn't lock her front door because at one point Michael just walks into her house and tries to wake her up while she's asleep. And it's like, that seems incredibly dangerous for a normal person, let alone a famous person. But I mean, I keep my door bolted every day because I know you're trying to kill me and I know you will. There's a great bit where Michael says, what is capacity? It's just kind of an arbitrary number, which is great for an event that was massively over capacity, to the point where the police turned up. And after the event, there's a bit where Michael says that he thought it wasn't that bad, but does say that some people are madder than others, which is true. Most people were mad, and he wasn't.
Hooray.
So most people were madder than him. If you think about it that way, it was actually kind of a success. In conclusion, this documentary was too long and I can't believe I watched it all. The end. You know, they say if you hold a mug to your ear, you can hear the sound of the ocean. But all I can hear is the sweet train that is Dan Howell Watch puffing into the station. Choo-choo, Dan Howell Watch. One with Dan Howell Watch, I'm a train choo-choo. What's Dan been up to this week? Well, as you know, this week it's Christmas Day. And Dan is really in the festive spirit, hanging strings of popcorn around his house, spreading jam on his front porch, and sacrificing a lamb. Standard Christmas traditions. But there's one person who doesn't want Dan to be happy this Christmas. No, not the Grinch. It's his copyright-free counterpart, the Grinch. Now, as you know, the Grinch lives in a big mountain near Dan's house and comes down every Christmas trying to ruin his Christmas by killing him with a sword. This year, the Grinch nearly succeeded, but luckily Dan used the power of friendship and an Uzi to stop him. Merry Christmas, one and all. And to all, a Merry Christmas. This has been Dan Howell. Great episode of Dan Howell Watch. Really got me into that Christmas spirit. Well, the sound of jingle bells jingling all the way reminds me that it's time for our question of the week. Last week, I asked you a question of the week, as I do every week, and a whole lot of you answered, and I want to thank you for watching the show and commenting down below and doing an answer as whoa. But only one person got the correct answer, and that person was Kai Wynn, who said the answer was Markiplier's ASMR. There truly is no deeper or more chocolatey sounding ASMR than Markiplier's ASMR. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Markiplier, and this is my ASMR. Nailed it. Hit the nail on the head. Now it's time for this week's question, which comes this week from a young boy who wrote into the show. He said he loved the show. He's really sweet. He's only 7 years old, and he's Benedict Townsend. Come in, kiddo. Oh, thank you, sir. Lovely to be on the show. Chim chim chiree. Here's this week's question. If Logan Paul ever stopped... To get your answers in for this week's question. I'm so tired, my friends. Please, help me. Lean your hands through the screen and heal me, please. Get your answers down below, or don't. Just live your life. The sun's gonna explode pretty soon and just claim us all. So honestly, just comment what you like. God. We don't deal with outsiders very well. They say newcomers have a certain smell. You've got trust issues, not to mention, they say they can smell your intentions. Just something my grandfather used to say to me. He was a strange man. I'm Benedict Townsend. This has been YouTuber News, which airs every week here on the We the Unicorns YouTube channel and also over on Snapchat. That goes out about Friday night, so don't forget, if you want to see it on Snapchat, you can. And don't forget, while you're here on YouTube, the best way to get YouTuber News is to hit subscribe, and maybe there's a bell you have to click, I don't know, and you get new episodes delivered to you every week when they come out. And also, if you've enjoyed today's episode, maybe leave a comment saying something like, you are not bad, as opposed to what people usually comment, which is, you are bad, please cease. And also, if you could hit like, it really helps out the show, algorithmically behind the scenes, and a dab to seal the deal. I'll see you next week, guys, and don't forget, Nemo was the fish, but Nero was the Roman emperor. I'm seeing a lot of you getting that confused. One's a fish, one's an emperor, so keep that in mind. I'll see you next week, gang. Okay. getting more interpretive by the week, I find.